welcome to TJD, episode 69. We watched Boogie Nights.
I'm Ty.
Jake.
And I'm Drew.
We should have came up with porn names again.
I'm Ty.
Yeah.
I'm Drew Diggler.
Drew Diggler?
Yeah.
Super creative. I'm Jake Diggler. It's my real name. I'm gonna have to edit that out.
I'm Ty Horny Chest.
Oh.
You're like, wait, what?
Wait, your chest,
Is horny?
Yeah, figure that one out.
What? Horny for what?
For love.
Yeah,
From anything?
not anything. I'm not getting into bestiality here.
Does your you draw the line there? Does your chest have an orifice?
Yeah.
Are you a human?
I had like a bypass, and they kind of left a little incision mark that's still open, so I guess, yeah. And I also have my belly button.
Wow.
It's deep. Dude, like, I go fishing in there, and, you know, you get some gold.
Has anyone ever used the belly button, you think? For sexual pleasure?
Would surprise you?
Nothing would surprise me anymore, but...
You didn't see that in this movie?
It doesn't seem... Actually, Tommy Wiseau, now that I think about it, used the belly button pretty effectively. Do we want to talk about this movie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're like, why are they talking about sex?
We're talking about sex because it's Boogie Nights.
And it's episode 69.
And it's episode 69, yeah.
Yeah, what's this movie about?
Boogie Nights was made in 1997, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. It stars Mark Wahlberg, Julianne Moore, Burt Reynolds, John C. Reilly, Luis Guzman, Don Cheadle, Heather Graham, William Macy,
Philip Seymour
Hoffman. Like, there's Thomas Jane.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of big name actors in
Alfred Molina.
Yeah.
Alfred Molina, yep. And basically, it's the story of a 17-year-old boy played by Mark Wahlberg called Eddie Adams. He's just a young kid bussing tables at a dance club, and he's not really liked by his mother a whole lot. Basically, he gets kicked out of his house and is looking for a purpose in life. And he happens upon Burt Reynolds, who his name is Jack Horner. He's a well-known pornographer.
Right.
Like
a director.
Yeah. Likes the cut of Mark's jib and wants to bring him in as an adult film star.
Because when you have a 13-inch cock, it's probably pretty easy to be an adult film star.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'd probably be the ugliest fuck on earth and still do all right.
Look at Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
Well, I just lost my appetite.
Thinking about Ron Jeremy?
Yeah.
Why?
That's not that's a Clint Howard-y type face right there.
Clint Howard.
Or like a Mario on meth type face.
Mario after he hit some hard times and had to do some things he's not too proud of.
Yeah. It's not doing it for me.
Peach is in the trunk of my car.
But yeah, so that is Boogie Nights. You guys got pros, cons?
I got a pro.
Yeah.
The fucking soundtrack.
It's like,
oh gosh,
one of the first things you...
It's like one of the best soundtracks to a movie ever.
This soundtrack keeps it 100, y'all.
Oh. I'm gonna cut that. How fucking dare you?
That, out of all the shit we said, and you're like, yeah, we're cutting that.
It's not only... It's the way that you said it that made my skin crawl. Oh. I might take a bath in some hydrochloric acid later, just to wash that stank off my body.
Funny you should say that. To prepare for this film, Burt Reynolds visited porn sets and talked with porn actors, and he said he needed to take several showers and wanted to wear rubber gloves at all times because it was just disgusting to him. And then he also had several actors asking him how to get their into the Screen Actors Guild.
Porn actors?
Yeah, would ask him how to get into the Screen Actors Guild.
Why would you even ask that?
Because you see Burt Reynolds and you see an opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Also, is Burt Reynolds really acting like he hasn't done some fucking salacious shit over the years?
Name the most salacious thing he's ever done.
I don't know. I don't personally know the man.
Well, I'm saying he's never done it for film.
What do you mean, for film? I'm not talking about making a dirty movie.
Oh.
I'm saying that motherfucker has been around.
Well, yeah.
So it's nothing new. You know what I mean?
But just, I think seeing it so, like, professionalized, maybe, like...
He didn't like how professional it was?
Well, just, like...
I'm sure Burt Reynolds was like, where are the candles?
Where's the bubble bath? I mean, the guy did a spread for Playgirl.
You know an awful lot.
About Burt Reynolds.
Just about random things.
Everyone knows he did that.
I didn't.
I didn't know either.
Oh, it's
So 33% of people know.
Yeah. Well,
everyone?
In this room, 33% of people knew.
That's not high.
I was going to say, you ask any millennial right now who the hell Burt Reynolds is, they probably won't know. Unless they saw him on Archer.
Yeah, that's true.
So the soundtrack
is legit, yes.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
The hits just keep on coming.
Yeah. That character that had the mixtape at the end of the movie.
Alfred Molina? Yeah.
It legit is an awesome mixtape. He did
Number
not miss
6.
label at all. I wanted to hear 1 through 5.
I did too. I wonder if they like rose or like continually. Like, is it a riser or is it like a good coaster?
Oh, you mean like the mood?
Yeah.
Like, where's it going to take you?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that the day when you made a mixtape that actually meant something?
God,
I mean, in our day, it wasn't really a tape, but you could make a CD and still do the same thing.
I had tapes.
You made like legit mixtapes?
Yeah, I used to make them.
Wow.
Like off the radio?
Yeah, and like movies and stuff. Like if there was a song that I liked that was like on a movie, I'd like hold my recorder up to that and I'd record the songs.
He's also the Zodiac Killer. A little young.
I sniff VHS tapes in my spare time.
I'm never opening up on this pod again.
That was like the last time you opened up anyway.
I told that ghost story.
Yeah, that was kind of opened up.
Yeah, more pros, more cons. We haven't had any cons.
Why don't we run down a list of the people that we thought were good, like acting-wise?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd put Cheadle up there.
Yeah, Cheadle's
good.
very good.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, God, he's great.
First limited action. I thought John C. Reilly was very good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Burt Reynolds played... I think he deserved his Oscar nom he got for this role.
Yeah, I mean, I could see both arguments for people that said he's just kind of being Burt Reynolds. You know, he's just kind of staunchy and...
I get it, but at the same time, he
played that character really well.
He did. I mean, you could say the same thing about Eddie Murphy in Dreamgirls. I mean, he played a very charismatic but asshole, which has always kind of been mentioned about Eddie Murphy.
Right.
So it's like, okay, yeah, he kind of played himself, but at the same time, he played it fucking well.
Mm-hmm. And both of those roles are kind of outside the wheelhouse for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense. Would you put Julianne Moore up there?
I think she was okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heather Graham?
I mean, she got naked, so yeah.
The acting was great.
Yeah, no.
I thought she was good.
She was Heather Graham. She was a bubbly personality where you're just like, you see her on screen and you're like, oh, okay. I will give her props because she was that whole bubbly personality throughout this whole film.
When she lost her shit.
When she lost her shit. I was like, that.
That's what I was thinking of when I was like, Heather Graham? Like,
yeah.
I was convinced she lost her shit.
Yeah, she went unhinged.
Like, everything else was just regular Heather Graham. Like,
right.
what you see in Spy Who Shagged Me, what you saw in her one movie she did that no one saw, where she was like a yoga instructor. It was weird. But the same bubbly personality you always saw, and then you were like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That got real. Mark Wahlberg, I was not impressed with.
At all?
Closer to the end, I think he was better, but man.
Here's what's weird about him, like his performance in this, is towards the beginning, he's rough. And I don't know if they were trying to go for like, oh, he's a young kid and he's awkward.
Innocent. And...
Yeah, and he hasn't been around any of this. But, like, I kind of agree with you towards, like, when he gets on drugs and shit. And he starts getting, like, an ego, and he's being a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm the actor, blah, blah, blah. Like, he gets better, actually, when that happens. So, it's kind of hit and miss. But, yeah.
He's had a lot better performances.
Yeah, and he's gotten better with time.
Yes, totally agree.
This was, 20 years ago.
Oh my god, it was 20 years ago. Fuck.
So,
We're dying.
we're all dying, Jake.
Yeah. We're just dying quicker now.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it relative? Let's move on.
That's not this pod.
We don't want to debate the flow of time and how our brains perceive it.
We'll pick a movie where people die and then discuss it. Like Frailty.
People died in this.
I could pick
That's
Melancholia. That would be a somber fucking pod.
We've already had those.
I mean, that would be a new
Remember
level.
Stretch?
Do you know what Melancholia is?
No.
So it's... Kirsten Dunst is in this movie where they find out that a planet is going to collide with Earth and kill everything.
Oh, I have heard of that.
It's a fucking downer.
Also, where'd the planet come from? Like,
I
some
don't know.
random planet just left its
See, this is why we can't pick
rotation.
movies like
It's Alderaan, okay?
Alderaan got blown up.
No, it got transported.
But then why were there chunks of the planet when they're flying through it?
Because not everything makes it on the way. They don't tell you that. You look like you want to say something.
I thought it was the moon.
I don't know if it was the moon. Something was hitting the planet.
Yeah.
I don't have to give you proof of concept. It's already been made, fuckhead. You either watch it or you don't.
Crazy Beautiful.
It's sad.
Another Kirsten Dunst film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay.
Alright. I was wondering how you felt about that.
It was on a lot. One summer. Couldn't stop watching it on Stars.
Are there any more actors
That I put
or
in good.
actresses?
William H. Macy
I thought he was really
himself.
wooden.
He was really wooden.
Which is, I did not actually think that through when I thought of that word, because we're talking about a movie about the porn industry, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. He was very stiff.
What?
Dear God.
I don't get...
Are you serious right now?
I am, yeah.
I think he was really hard, Ty.
Fuck is the matter with you?
I don't know.
He, mostly erect. the
He
whole
was
movie.
really boner. Just come out and say it.
No, he didn't bone her. Everyone else was boning her.
I'd say he was good. I mean, he's defeated.
Yeah.
I just don't know, how he kept his composure for that long.
Because, years went by?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it starts at 77.
So 2 years.
And that goes down the new
3
year.
years. 3 years later.
Well, you don't keep your composure.
But you...
I mean,
you
he
hang
kept it
on
that
for 3
long.
years?
Which, his wife was a porn star.
You fucking put up with that, though? For 3 years?
There's some funny lines with him, though.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What does it look like I'm doing? Kind of a stupid question.
Yeah. Oh, dude, my wife is fucking. I don't care.
Oh, the guy that was talking about,
Yeah.
how are we going to frame the shots? Some idiot has his dick in my wife. I don't want to talk about this right now.
Oh, shit.
That was pretty good.
I think he had some good lines, but I think overall he was very...
I just don't think he was in it enough.
Yeah, maybe that's it too.
I didn't mind Thomas Jane.
No, he was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Thomas Jane's always good. Alfred Molina was fun.
Yeah, he was pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
And his taste in music was fucking
Baller?
awesome. Baller, yes.
Oh my
You like
God.
all the lingo I'm bringing
Yep.
up?
We'll just bring all this dead slang back. It's pretty lit, fam.
Damn it, I was waiting for somebody to say that.
I actually have a funny story about Baller, but I'll tell it off mic. It's really nothing.
How are you going to say that on mic and then not...
Because I want to, in case I forget, like, as I'm listening to this again, I can then tell you guys.
Did that make any sense to you?
No.
So what I'm saying is I'm chronologically, putting it out there now. So then after the pod, when I listen to it, if I don't tell you, then I'll remember when I hear it.
But then you'll just tell me a random story a week from now that I'll barely remember.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't care.
First off, is it a funny story, or is it...
It's kind of stupid. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad we could enlighten the listener on this non-story. This is great. This is fucking great.
Update on the story, there is none.
Wow.
Back to you, Jake.
I don't know what to say. Pacing?
Yeah.
Were you ever bored?
No, not really.
No?
Sometimes confused, but more
Sometimes hard?
No. Are you speaking from personal experience?
Well, it came out a long time ago, and I was a young man.
How old would you have been? You were like 8.
Yeah. That's exactly how old I was. And that was old enough.
No, it should have been.
He's
like, oh, Heather Graham.
Yeah, I won't lie. I saw Heather Graham in this and was like, yeah, this is my life. It's not going to get any better than right now.
You just let the video on pause.
And Jake's sitting in front of the TV screen. He's like, I'm a star. I'm a star. Bright shining star.
God. If I had a 13-inch cock, I could quit my day job.
Would you go into porn if you had 13-inch cock?
I think it'd be a crime not to. Wouldn't it?
God gave me this gift, so now I'm going to share it with everyone else.
Well, that's what Marky Mark says.
Yeah, I know.
Then I could be in a hot tub with fucking
Burt Reynolds and John C. Reilly.
He'd be like, what's your name? I'd be like, obviously it's the vagina crippler. Because I have a 13-inch penis.
Oh, so you're going to be a wrestler.
Yep.
Coming down the ramp is the vagina crippler.
What am I doing in the ring?
He's on the top turnbuckle and he hits him in the face with his cock.
That was an innuendo, by the way. When I say ring. Jesus Christ.
Oh, he's going for his finisher, the mushroom stamp. It's like
there's a lot of swing on that.
It's like Logan's or Hulk Hogan's leg drop, except you just drop your dick on their face.
We have rights to that, by the way.
Yeah. You hear that, Vince?
What are we gonna do with it? Yeah, Vince is listening.
Yeah.
We're gonna sell action figures.
Who the fuck? I'd buy one, actually. It'd be a collector's item.
Because
we'd be sued.
By who?
I don't know, somebody. Some pissed off parent would be like, wow, are you serious? Why are you in prison? I made an action figure. The dude that swings his dick like a broadsword. You got a fucking problem with that?
No, we just sell them at Spencer's Gifts. That way they're not marketed towards children.
Or Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then who's gonna buy it?
People who listen to this pod?
It's a very small demographic.
And happen to shop at these places?
Yeah.
Wow.
A
Okay.
pawn shop, maybe. You know, we can get in there. Somebody's looking for a cheap Christmas gift, and they're like, "Oh, hey, it's a wrestling,
It's a Christmas ornament.
it's a wrestling action figure. My son will love it." And then they open it up, and they're like, "Oh, what have I done?"
You can hang it on the tree with its dick.
It wraps around like a monkey's tail.
That would be something.
I'd buy that.
Well, this has gotten out of hand.
Well, yeah, just a little bit, but what do you expect?
That's what I expected.
Okay.
What do you think of the drugs in this movie?
The drugs?
I mean,
like, do I grade these on like?
do you
how
like
good
the
they
drugs
are?
in this movie?
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I'm just making conversation.
There were a lot of them.
Yeah.
I personally have never used any of them that are in this film.
Pro or con? True to the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, fairly accurate, yeah.
A lot of coke. Holy shit, a lot of coke.
Yeah.
Like, giving Goodfellas a run for its
I was
money,
gonna say
coke.
Scarface a run for its money.
Well, they had that one chick, OD, at their place.
I did love that guy's line. 2 chicks in 2 days. It's like, I just love. Don't you think this means maybe you should
Get better shit.
Get better shit. Oh, that's great.
Oh, wait, this is Anthrax.
The band?
Yeah, you're snorting the band. How'd I fucking know?
He does it every episode.
Yep.
Well, what am I supposed to do when somebody names their band Anthrax?
Remember when the girls from that movie I hate covered that?
Oh, Yoga Hosers?
Yep.
I forgot we did that movie.
How?
I liked it.
I don't think the three of us have yelled at a television more. Maybe when football was on.
Yeah, I was gonna say football. I've yelled quite a bit.
I'm picking It Follows next.
Oh.
It's on Netflix.
Nice.
I dare you. That'll be a rough pod.
It'll just be Jake venting for an hour and a half.
With a bottle of Jameson.
I'll get some Schlieffen-Witz.
No, I'd rather have Jameson.
I'll get you some Coke. Like, to drink with your Jameson.
Oh, I thought he was talking Coke. Coke. All right. What about the meth?
Oh, there was a little use of that in this, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was a little crystal meth use.
Mm-hmm. Thomas Jane and Molina used it probably the most. Was that what Molina was smoking?
I think so.
Okay. I have no clue.
But been a long time since I smoked meth.
Wow.
Forever, actually.
Like never?
Yeah, that'd be a better word, I guess.
Yeah, because forever implies that you did at one time just a long time ago.
I used to do drugs. I still do drugs, but I used to too.
I love that. Reminds me of Waterboy when he's at that Lawrence Taylor camp, and Lawrence Taylor tells him, "Okay, kids, second thing, don't do drugs." It's like, oh yeah, that's great coming from you. What was your favorite movie that they did in this?
Favorite porn movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. Watching John C. Reilly and Wahlberg run around like dumbasses was pretty entertaining.
Fuck. I wonder if like they had a good time doing that. Like
they had to have had it looked pretty fun.
Like I just remember back to when Talladega Nights came out and John C. Reilly, he was on like ESPN and they were asking about everybody he's worked with, because he's worked with Tom Cruise because he did Days of Thunder. Then he's worked with Mark Wahlberg. And he's worked with Will Ferrell. I mean, that guy's done, like, everything. He's worked with everyone, it seems. He just is a good secondary character. Actor. So,
who'd he say was his favorite?
I think he enjoys his time with Will Ferrell, just because it's so lax. He's like, I just show up and we fuck around. We improvise. It's fun. It's free.
Right.
But
it's not even acting.
Yeah. But he's like, Tom was a different beast, like on Days of Thunder.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. No, he wasn't saying negatively. He just was like, it was very different. Because those are the 2 race car movies he's been in.
Right. Yeah, Tom seems like he might not fuck around that much.
No, probably not. I did enjoy that, that first time he's acting, though. And they have to switch out the tape and everything. And he just like, okay, is it sexy?
Yeah.
Is it sexy?
Am I sexy?
Yes, you're sexy. Don't worry. Okay, con I thought of the Oedipus complex that's kind of going on in this film.
How many times did Ty say Oedipus complex during this movie?
I think at least twice.
I think it was no less than 49,000 times.
Not 69,000 times?
Nope.
Oh, 49.
Why is it a con?
Because to me, it's, you have Julianne Moore being like, you're my other son. But yet, I'm going to keep banging you in and out of film. But you're my son, and I love you, but you're my son. And she kept saying it. And it's like, that's just creepy to me.
But he's not her son.
No.
I think it's more about her wanting to feel important for someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's needed.
Because then you have Heather Graham like, I'm your daughter, and like trying to cheer her up, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking weird, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't call it a con. That's just me.
I don't know, I just, like, I get she's emotionally fragile because she doesn't see her son at all, because her husband's divorcing her and doesn't want her child to see her because she's been in trouble because of drugs, and she also is in pornography. But it's just weird to me. Like, I understand she wants that relationship, but then she keeps banging him and saying, you're like my son.
I think she just wants to feel close to somebody.
I'm just saying, like, the whole...
Ty, little incest never hurt anybody.
Yeah, look at your Tuesday nights.
Oh, you played the long con with that one. Wow.
Do I get an applause or anything? Woo! Thank you, Drew.
Why didn't you report it? You could have saved me.
If you see something, say something.
I didn't see it.
We're on that thin patch of ice where I start to get nervous.
Where he loves to be. This is my home.
I don't want to make light of not a good thing. So moving on. I was never molested, by the way. I did it all willingly.
And you fell through the ice.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you might want to take that out.
Yeah. Yeah, I might. Sometimes I wish we could just talk like people. But then
talk like monsters.
Then I remember
all the time.
Then I remember your average person would not like the way that we talk.
No.
Mostly me. You two are, relatively normal. And I'm dog shit. Wrapped in a human form. Yeah.
Wrapped?
Yeah.
Not shaped in a
Wrapped
human.
up.
Yep. They took all this people's skin and wrapped it around my dog shit core. Hello.
You're like Stench Armstrong.
Stench Armstrong?
Yes.
That's his porn name.
Stench Armstrong. She's like, but your arms don't stretch. I'm like, I know. It's my dick, and it's filled with shit.
It's the symbol of love.
The dumbest comeback. Not even throwback?
Callback.
Callback. That's a better word. Holy shit. I don't even know where to begin cleaning up what just happened. Disregard the last, 5 minutes. Move on with your life. Don't be upset about it. We're a silly podcast.
I've got a con. Wahlberg, in some of Wahlberg's dialogue is not great.
Like the way he said it or the way it was written?
A little bit of both.
I think I read, and I don't remember if it was for the whole film or if it was just during the porn scenes, but they actually watched some porn movies and just took dialogue straight from it and incorporated it into the script.
I'm not necessarily talking about like the porno shit. Like
No, but I'm saying like I think they took some and put it in the actual like dialogue.
Regular movie.
Really?
Like I guess, I mean, you could do that just to get an idea of how porn stars would talk.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like right at the beginning when he's super young, he's having that fight with his mom.
Yeah, I was
like, this is pretty cringy right here.
That reminded me of that scene in Saturday Night Fever where John Travolta got in a fight with his dad. Because he was like, I'm trying really hard, you know? And it was like a whole improv scene that he did for like 4 minutes. And it kind of sounded a lot like that, except like instead, his dad didn't really say anything. Like the mother in here, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, that definitely could have been something he was going off or inspired by, or
I was gonna say, did you guys ever see Saturday Night Fever?
No.
Okay, just curious. Also, we still need to do that Travolta movie, that one where he's in that dance class and he has that weird look at Jamie.
What with Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah,
the one he could see his dick.
Yep.
That was something. That fucking thing was just there.
Oh, I thought
it wasn't 13 inches.
I thought you were going to say majestic at some point.
No, it was unsettling. He's gyrating and
flexing those hips.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something.
That you couldn't take your eyes off of.
Gotta see a shrink.
Wait, you saw it shrink?
No, I had... Moving on. Yes, I watched it shrink.
Okay.
You take it to a place where we stop doing a pod and it gets awkward.
Where you can run as fast as you can to the middle of nowhere. It's a Pink song. Never mind. We'll move on.
Was I supposed to... What year did this Pink song come out?
It's that My Pill song, so like 2000...
It's just like a pill?
Yeah.
Instead of making me better?
Yeah.
It's making me ill?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know this?
I mean, I vaguely know this. Just... You can't throw that out in everyday conversation in 2017 and expect me to be like, oh, Pink.
Well, you knew Macy Gray.
That's because she's Macy Gray. She had one fucking song, Ty, and that was it.
Name another Macy Gray song.
I was going to say, she was in Spider-Man.
And Training Day.
Yeah, Training Day.
Yeah.
Crack ass cop. Crooked ass cop.
What scared you there, Jake? Did Drew sound exactly like Macy Gray? Because I think he whacked a little the Bill Cosby.
Oh, you crooked ass cop. Jello pudding. That wasn't good.
It was a thing.
This is why I don't try.
It's funny when you try.
Oh.
I don't think he's ever attempted an impression that we didn't laugh our asses off at.
Probably not.
Usually because I don't even end up doing the impression I want to.
Your Tommy Wiseau impression was fucking outstanding. Oh, I'll show you. Literally Asian.
I've got a pro. The shots.
Yeah.
There were some great shots in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like when one in particular that stands out to me is that William Macy tracking shot.
Yeah.
Going out to his car to get the gun.
Coming back in, walking down the hall.
Like no cuts. They just.
Mm-hmm.
I think he walks all the way back out too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cap's his wife and the man she's sleeping with, then himself.
Cap is his wife?
Yeah. Cap's his wife.
Yeah.
Maybe Cap is his wife. I don't know.
Captain America?
Well, there has been a female Captain America, so.
Marvel. Gross. I like the shot when Cheadle goes in to get donuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not even really that crazy of a shot.
Are you just talking about from behind the counter?
Yeah, where it's looking through the glass and he's just kind of doing his, normal shit.
It's still cool, though. That's a cool shot.
Yeah.
Because it leaves you in a state of unsuspecting. Like, you don't know what shit is about to go down.
Right.
And just like, oh, he's doing something normal. So
yeah, it's pulled pretty close, so you're not really looking at the front of the building. You don't really know what the building looks like. So then when the dude comes in and tries to rob the place, you're like, oh shit. Like,
I actually thought Cheadle was going to get it.
He could have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But man, what would we...
I don't know. We've hit a wall. I don't know why.
I mean, it is a really good movie, but we've kind of made a joke about all the sex stuff and it.
Would you say that a pro is portraying pornography in kind of an okay light?
Well, is that a pro? Like, to portray that pornography is fine?
Is pornography not fine?
I think that's a moral thing.
Yeah, that's... I'm just asking the question. I'm not trying to...
I don't really care about porn. Doesn't hurt me.
It serves a purpose in society. That's what I will say.
Mm-hmm.
And to say, it does point it in a good light, but it also brings it down too.
Well, I mean, most of the movie shows the negative aspects. Like, hey, you will be kind of crazy. Well, not crazy, but, there's substance abuse. They don't really touch on disease, but yeah, there's diseases.
That aspect.
But the I don't know, the scene I always think of is the end of the movie where Burt Reynolds is kind of walking around his place. There's a baby out in the pool, and it's playing this music that's almost like church-like. You know what I'm talking about? Very odd music. It almost makes it like sad because nothing's. I mean, stuff has changed, but it's relatively the same as before, where, his house was filled with all these people just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still people hanging out, but...
It feels like it kind of turned to a family atmosphere.
Yeah, it had grown, but it also stayed the same. So it kind of painted it in a good light, I thought. And, he goes and sees Julianne Moore, who I always assumed he's married to, or dating, or whatever.
They're dating. They can't be married because I don't know when the divorce was finalized, but...
Are you serious right now?
I'm saying, like, the character was never... We don't know when the divorce was, so when did they get married or whatever.
We don't know that they're not divorced.
That's true.
You can argue about paternity shit later.
That's true.
You're going to debate the court case of this fictional character?
Yes, because it was based on a real character.
Were they divorced?
Yeah, because he says, my ex-wife.
Oh.
There you go.
There we are.
How do you feel?
Fine. Why? I feel with my hands as well, and my heart.
These are the questions you don't ask Ty.
I didn't ask him a question.
He did.
You asked, how do I feel?
Well, yeah, I did ask him that. I was going to say I didn't bring up the fucking divorce because who could possibly care, but okay, fine.
Anyways, yeah.
Maybe they're just fucking.
Well,
maybe it's casual. Maybe it's a committed relationship. I don't know.
I think it's a committed relationship, but obviously they can see other
what
people.
What kind of dump truck was it?
Green.
In your defense, you haven't done this in a while. Actually, no, you do it a lot.
I don't care.
You haven't been called out on this in a while.
I'll agree with that.
You don't want to fight me on that?
No.
All right, fair enough. So yeah, he goes and sees her. What the fuck was I even talking about? Yeah, it was a
The
nice
family atmosphere.
The atmosphere was interesting.
Was if what we were talking about if it painted pornography in a good light.
Right.
You can argue that in parts of it portrayed it in a particularly negative light. Like Don Cheadle wanting to go out and procure a loan for a business he wanted to start, and the bank says, we don't deal in pornography, or we don't deal with people who are in the pornography industry. He wasn't able to get the loan because of it.
Right.
But then my argument is, why wouldn't you just go to another bank?
Because he's probably blackballed. Man.
For real? For real?
Literally.
Hey, let me tell you, I bet that he's blackballed. I haven't seen them, but I'm pretty sure they're black. Right?
I don't know. I've never seen his balls. For all I know, they could be removed.
Wow. Well, everyone tweet at Don Cheadle.
And ask.
Yep, we want to see those nuts. Hashtag not my nuts. Because they're not my nuts. They're your nuts. Oh! I don't know how hashtags even work.
Well, like, there's supposed to be a phrase or a word that describes, like, something like...
The movement?
Well, yeah, like, when everybody was doing that whole Tim Tebow thing where they're doing, like, the kneel down pray, and you would be hashtag Tebowing, well, because you were... That's what you were doing.
Oh. So you turned nothing into an adjective?
Pretty much. Hashtags aren't...
Or a verb?
Well,
Fuck,
or you could say,
again.
like, hashtag Huskers, like, just as an example. And so if you click that, anybody else who uses that hashtag, or it'll bring up all that stuff, or then you can also, like, it may take you to, like, a Nebraska website or Twitter or something that relates to it. So,
in this pod, Ty explains things to me because I'm out of touch.
no, I can touch you. See?
All right. Yeah, there's some negative portrayals, like Heather Graham
Oh, yeah.
running into the high school dude.
I would told Burt Reynolds right away, get him out of the car.
And the simultaneous Mark Wahlberg incident going on in a parking lot.
I'm sorry, I don't get that. Like,
You don't get what?
I think it's so stupid when... So, Mark Wahlberg's he gets picked up to turn a trick. And the guy asks him to masturbate in front of him.
Right.
And then he calls him out for being gay, even though he had just watched him for 5 to 10 minutes jerk off.
I was under the impression that he was waiting for his friends to roll up because they had rehearsed this.
But
He must have heard that he was doing this with people, and they didn't like that he was doing it with people for whatever reason. I don't know the sexual orientation of the driver.
Yeah, it just was funny though because he was intently watching. It wasn't like it wasn't like he was like do it and then he was looking away because it was wrong to him. He was intently watching him do it, and yet he calls him out for it.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's odd.
Not the happiest scene I've ever seen.
No.
Really makes you uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Fits right into Requiem.
Yeah, I would put that in the same vein as the end of Requiem, where just everything is going to shit.
Yep, I agree. That's what I thought too. I was like, wow, this did take a turn. I did think there would be some disease or something come into it.
Yeah, it's a little strange that it was never
brought up.
Nobody's using condoms.
No.
Nobody.
I thought it was odd that the bully guy would bully a girl that was promiscuous. Does that happen?
Yeah.
That happens?
Because either A, they can't get it, so that's why they make fun of them for it. because kind of they're jealous that they can't get it. So instead of getting it, they call them out on it. Or just B, they don't agree with it. Or just C, just trying to get under their skin. Wow. What is wrong with me tonight?
I don't know. Something magical.
But yeah, no, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I always thought it was odd how he's like pretending to suck a dick and like giving her shit, and she's trying to ignore him, and I'm just kind of like, what is your end game, dude? I don't understand. Plus, she's fucking hot. I might cut that. Because it doesn't really matter that she's hot. You shouldn't do it anyway.
No.
But like,
okay. I get what you're saying.
It seems it's odd that a girl that attractive is getting shit. If that makes sense.
No.
Not that attractive people don't have all their own fucking issues or whatever, but for a dude that looks not, he's a regular looking guy.
Unconventional. Yeah,
he's kind of unconventional. He's talking an awful lot of shit to a pretty fucking attractive girl. And it's like, what? Why?
What do you stand to gain from doing this?
Yeah. And then not only that, but to run into him and, like, if I was that guy and found out that she became, like, a smoking hot porn star, I'd feel like a fucking asshole. And I would never want to even show my face around them again, but that dude had the audacity to do all that shit. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. Where do you get off? Also, how are you not dead after she fucking smashed your head in?
With the roller skates?
You don't know that he didn't.
Well, they did leave him on the side of the road.
Yeah, hopefully he died. I mean, it's a movie.
Yeah.
It's not like they really did it.
How many of these things are based on true events? So, like you talked about the Wonderland incident.
That's based on a true event.
I talked about the proceedings with the judge. That was the judge was played by a former porn star named Veronica Hart, and that scene and that whole instance of her trying to deal with her child was a thing she went through herself. And then there was one porn mogul who saw the film and said, except for a few general details, most of this film was pretty correct about how things are done.
I had a question for you. So the beginning of the movie, Wahlberg gets picked up and has to have sex with Heather Graham on a couch in front of Burt Reynolds.
No, I'm not doing that.
You wouldn't do that?
Like, even now, no, I would not do that. Back then, no, I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry. That's weird to have somebody just watching you.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty creepy.
But you would do it.
I didn't say anything. And I recused myself.
You plead the fifth? I think Drew does too.
Oh, I would do it.
Oh. You were holding up 5 fingers, so it's like...
I love the no. It was a no-brainer. You didn't even think about it. Yeah, I would do it.
Even now with Burt Reynolds, like older Burt Reynolds watching.
He probably wouldn't know what was going on. No, he would.
Yeah, he would.
I'd be like, Bert, there's Sally Fields over there.
I was going to say, I feel like he'd be an active participant, but I don't mean it in that way. I just feel like he'd be involved. Like, yeah, do that. But not in it.
Yeah.
Like
he'd be directing you.
Yeah, he wouldn't disrobe and try to get on the couch with you. Wow.
Now, would that be a turnoff?
Yeah.
Wasn't he in Deliverance?
Yeah.
Was he one of the redneck people?
No, he was one of the kayakers or whatever, the main people.
I've never seen Deliverance.
Him and John Voight and 2 others were like the 4 guys who were traveling in the woods.
Wasn't it just John Voight that got raped?
Yeah. He's the one who had to...
Poor John Voight.
He had to scream
I mean,
pig,
they didn't
Suey.
actually rape him.
They didn't?
He's
not a method
actually,
actor.
I didn't watch the making of, so maybe they raped him. Squeal like a pig.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, that's what they did.
All right.
I love when your eyes just shoot open.
I feel like I've said too much inappropriate shit tonight. I don't think I've said that during a pod.
No, you have.
Have I?
Yeah.
In some
Like,
capacity.
It's been a while then.
Mm-hmm. All right, do we want to go scenes?
Sure.
All right, Drew, go ahead.
God, I'd probably say the very first time that Mark Wahlberg meets Philip Seymour Hoffman. Because he comes up like, you've never seen this guy before ever. And he's wearing like quite literally some of the gayest clothing I've ever seen. Just everything about him. And he's so fixated on Mark Wahlberg. He's like talking to John C. Reilly, and he's like, "Oh, who's this?" And he's like, "Well, this is Eddie. He's gonna be working on a few of our films for us." And he's like, "Oh, like, can I? What does he say? Like, can I show you around, or like, I'm excited to see you work, or I don't know." Just the way he looks at Mark Wahlberg, just his little mannerisms, everything he does is just so like, I don't know, it's so believable. He did something with that character, albeit just a small minor role, and just, I don't know, he just made it work, and it's actually quite funny.
Yeah. Kind of sad too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because he is in love with.
Yeah, he really likes him.
Yeah.
And like he said, you look at me sometimes, and it just, and it's like, well, okay, I understand what he's talking about.
I'm an
idiot.
Sad. My scene's probably when Eddie or Dirk gets introduced to the Colonel, and the Colonel says, "I hear you got a great big cock. May I see it?" And Wahlberg pulls it out. He makes this face when he sees it. Like, it doesn't show it, but you just see his face change. And he goes, "Thank you." And it's fucking hilarious. And, like, I don't even know how to describe it, really. Just once you see it, you can't help but laugh.
Would you ever say thank you to a guy for...
I mean, if that's your line of work, maybe.
Okay.
Like, yeah, he was probably just seeing dollar signs. Like, 13-inch dick.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to work for us? Thank you. He doesn't have to do nothing. And he shouldn't have done nothing. So now he's in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a good guy.
No.
But holy shit, that scene is fucking funny. Here you got a great big cock. It's just the nonchalantness of it.
Oh. Man. I think I would have to go with the first porn scene where they're building them up. They're like, okay, so I'm gonna say action, and then you're gonna come in, you're gonna deliver your lines, and then you're just gonna disrobe. He goes, we're just going straight into the sex, and Reynolds is like, yeah, is that okay? He goes, yeah, just if that's okay with her. Like, it's so cool seeing like Dirk be so nice, because later on he's not as like as
right
stiff with it.
He's like timid.
Dear God. Anyways,
this is really unintentional.
these have all been unintentional.
Wow.
He hasn't been so polite about it. He gets later on where he is calling women bitch. He even has some like quote unquote rape scenes with some of his movies. Cause like that girl in one of those
tried to stab him,
and then he's like,
he
I'll
tried to stab her.
Yeah, well, he did stab her. He's like, I'll get the information out of you, and then he starts licking her. But anyways,
that's the best way to get information.
But the first porn scene it's hilarious. It just kind of sets up everything and the beginning of the movie and his career, and it's just funny to watch him like do this terrible dialogue on film. And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I need somebody who's a big actor." And he's like, "Yeah, I just got back from the Marines and it was hard being around all those men." She's like, when was the last time you were with a woman? It just terrible, like porn dialogue.
Yeah.
And it just you also get every character, like you see John C. Reilly, you see William H. Macy, Mark Wahlberg, Julianne Moore, Burt Reynolds, all of them there, and they're reacting to it, and it is really good. I think it just kind of sets up the film. Like, about a half hour in, it kind of sets up what's to come. So I really didn't notice it until you raised your eyebrows.
Speaking of cum, what do you think when she was like, "Oh, just do it inside me. I'm fixed."
Well, you even said nope. Yes.
Well, the immediate reaction was nope. And then she said she was fixed, and I'm like, well, yeah. Could I be any more cold and callous about it?
Nope.
Yes, I would fill you up.
I'm gonna fill you up.
Jake's
I never thought I'd laugh at a MacGruber quote. But it's happened. Oh, boy. My whole life.
It's your dating audition tape. I'll fill you up.
Have you had a hysterectomy? Give me a call.
Give him the guns. You gotta give him the guns when you say that.
That's how you seal the deal. I'll put a baby in the oven if your oven's broken.
Who's putting babies in ovens?
Well, that's a good... Yeah, why do they call it that?
They don't. They call it a bun in the oven.
Yeah, they call it a bun.
Nobody's putting babies in ovens, Jake.
Oh my god. Guys, I think I've been saying that expression wrong for my whole life. I wish I was joking.
Oh my god.
That's why everyone's horrified when I say it.
That's why no one will hand you their baby.
Oh my god. I've said that to people I knew that were like having a kid. I'm like, oh, you put a baby in the oven. And they're like, what the fuck? Oh my god. So stupid. Alright. I'm done with this pod. I'm not allowed to talk. I shouldn't have a voice.
Oh my gosh.
I said it so normal too. Oh, you put a baby in the oven.
Oh, what show is it where it I want to say it's like either American Dad or Cleveland Show or something, and like there's a guy like, I just put turkey in the oven. We don't have a turkey. Oh my god, my baby! And the woman like runs. They were like doing some drugs. I don't remember what the show was though. I want to say it was a bear. So that's why it's like it's either Cleveland Show or somehow American Dad or Family Guy or something like that. But
I think it's American Dad. I would have known that.
yeah. I'll do some research. Speaking of research, this film actually made money. $43 million on a $15 million budget.
It's only shot for 15
Is it
now?
15?
15.
Oh.
That's not bad.
Well, that's pretty good. Aren't you supposed to make double?
Yeah.
Or like 1.5 what you put in, or?
To be considered a success.
I think so, something like that. I don't remember marketing. Granted, I was young, but I don't really remember seeing a lot about it.
I remember seeing trailers. Like, nothing, like, crazy about, like, sex shit, but, like, I don't know. I remember the poster, and I remember just little snippets here and there.
Mm.
But shit, God, I was 9 when this came out. So, no, I was 11. Yeah, I was 11. I can't count. So, hard to believe it's been 20 years.
Yeah. Crazy.
It also had great critical reception. Burt Reynolds was nominated. He won a Golden Globe for Best Actor and then was nominated for an Oscar but didn't win. So probably because he hated this film.
Yeah, he didn't. I think he stopped promoting it, and him and the director got into it.
They got in a fist fight. So
Did he say why he didn't like it? Did he not like the way his character was portrayed?
no, it was the like it seemed like he was promoting pornography. He didn't really care for that, and he also it was more he didn't like the director. He didn't like
thought it was art house bullshit. And...
Yeah, he didn't like the way Anderson talked to him. So like the way he was directing him, he hated. So, but Anderson pretty much said he wrote him into the role.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted him to do it, and he like turned him down like 7 times. So before he finally accepted, he said something that got him. I think it was he said you will be nominated for an Oscar, and that's why he was like, okay, I'll do it.
Well, he didn't lie.
No. So, but he hated the film because he thought it glorified pornography.
I don't think it glorified. I mean,
Then why would you play a pornographer then? Because he thought it was going to be like shitting on pornography the whole time, or what?
No, for the Oscar nom.
he said he talked him into it by saying you'll get nominated for an Academy Award, which did happen.
Because that comes with a pay raise. When you can say, hey, I'm an Oscar-nominated actor.
It's true.
Yeah. I think you're more likely to get more work, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. It's like, dang, did you see Burt Reynolds in Boogie Nights?
I mean, Cuba Gooding did how many bad films, but he kept getting work because he was an Oscar-winning actor.
What did he win for?
Jerry Maguire.
His trajectory is weird. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened after that made him go, oh, Snow Dogs.
Everyone has one. Like, I give him one. I would give him Snow Dogs.
He had a lot, though.
But then he had Boat Trip. He had Daddy Day Camp. And a bunch of others. I just don't know because I quit paying attention to Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, but he did Men of Honor.
It's not a great film.
That's a good fucking movie. What are you talking about?
I think it's okay.
You never seen Men of Honor?
Robert De Niro and Cuba Gooding.
I think I did at one point.
Like they're scuba diver training or something like that.
They're military.
Yeah.
The Marines.
Mm-hmm. But all right.
Or Navy.
Want to go into reviews? Any other little tidbits we want to mention?
Mark Wahlberg's penis is real.
No, it's not.
It's real, 100%.
It's prosthetic, and he got to keep it after the film was done.
Do you think he's got that hanging up on his wall at home?
Probably not hanging up on his wall.
It's framed and it says I'm a star on it.
Dad, what is this?
No, it's at Wahlburgers.
No, it's on the wall of the restaurant?
Yeah.
This is Dirk Diggler money helped pay for this restaurant.
Some old man with terrible vision. It's an interesting tie. Why is that on the wall? What's holding that there?
Oh.
And why is it a penis?
Drew, this was your pick, so go ahead.
I've seen this a couple of times. I remember watching this for the first time and not really understanding what I saw. Could have been me just being younger, but this movie is very well done, I think. You have a lot of star power here, and I believe overall the acting is decent. The shots are great. The soundtrack's fucking phenomenal. You can't really... I don't really think there's a bad song among the bunch. But it's an interesting story. I definitely don't think the subject matter is for everyone. But, I don't know, if you don't have if you don't mind a little darkness and are interested about the the inner workings of the pornographic industry, I'd say go check it out. But genuine good acting from everybody, I think, and it's a decent story and kept my attention for the 2.5 hour thrill ride that it is. I don't think it really suffers from any pacing issues. But overall, I give it an 8.4.
Yeah, this movie is sex, drugs, and rock and roll, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's just extremely well made. Just, I don't know, everything about, like, Paul Thomas Anderson brings a level of quality to everything he does, because I think he's kind of a meticulous guy and he wants everything the way that he wants it, but he gets star power for sure. Everyone is, for the most part, extremely good, I would say, in this movie, or at least competent. The pacing's great. Like, there's not really a dull moment. It's just one of those movies that has all the fat trimmed off it, and you know what you're getting into. And it's just an interesting story. It is dark, and it's about an industry that, you know, a lot of people might have their own personal moral objection to, but I just think it's super fucking entertaining, and I don't think it could be any better than it is. I'd give it a 9.5.
Wow.
Yeah, first time ever seeing this. I had heard some things about it. Obviously, I'd heard the name Dick Diggler, but I never
Dirk Diggler?
Yeah, Dirk Diggler. Jeez. I just can't stop tonight. Anyways.
Damn Dumpler.
It was very entertaining. It starts off like really innocent and like fresh and everyone's happy, and then it takes that turn for the worse.
Innocent and fresh, then it just gets busted and
Yep.
Is that why you're laughing?
No.
I think he's laughing at the dump.
Oh, you just realized?
No, there's just a whole bunch of things. I was thinking of Parky Poser for a minute.
Alright.
Okay.
Just the way he pronounces names is just funny.
Sorry to interrupt your
Sorry.
review.
It's fine, I do it to everyone else. But it takes that dark turn, and it's kind of nice to see at least there's a bow on it. Like, hey, it ends happily, but it could have ended poorly. But either way, I would have been fine with it. But it's nice to kind of see a reunion of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thoroughly enjoyed this film. It was a lot of fun. I give it a 9.3.
Wow. You liked it more than I thought.
Yeah.
Bro, that fucking car. Oh.
The
Beautiful.
Corvette?
Yeah, the Corvette.
Beautiful car.
So good.
I can't believe I gave it the lowest. I like this movie a lot, too.
Maybe you should like it harder.
Sucks to suck.
I'm gonna watch it again.
Harder.
All right. Next week's my pick. I still got a couple in my head. I'm trying to decide if I want to go animated or if I want to go more serious. For some reason, I'm feeling sci-fi-esque.
Oh?
So maybe we'll do something sci-fi related.
Sharknado?
Oh, dude.
I'll kill you.
Have you seen them?
No.
They're bad. But, like, fun.
I bet they're fun bad.
Yeah, they are. Like, no good acting whatsoever. But we'll see. Yeah. There are a couple films I want to do. I don't know where I'd get my hands on them, so that's why I can't do them.
I was going to say, can you throw any titles out to maybe make
I
them
thought
go,
about
like,
a Star Trek film.
interesting.
Mm-hmm. Cause see, we
New
have
or old?
Well, Next Generation series.
Oh.
So that 90s period.
Mm-hmm.
But I also thought The Last Starfighter, because that's also sci-fi. But I also thought of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'll go into it with an open mind. It's all I can do.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes it doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. All right. Well, I think that'll do it for this week. Like, share, subscribe. iTunes, Libsyn, YouTube, email, Twitter, Facebook. Any shout outs that you want to do, we'd appreciate. Any shares you want to do, we appreciate. Am I missing
Questions, concerns,
things we could talk about, like new segments? If you have an idea, let us know.
things we could work on.
Yeah, people we could kill. We're getting out of that business.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Ignore that last part.
This pays better.
Oh,
Somehow.
Wait, you're getting money for this?
No.
No.
Oh.
All right, I think that'll do it for this week.
We were killing for free.
Yep.
That was the joke.
Oh, I think that'll do it for this week. I'm Ty.
Jake.
And I'm Drew.
Bye.